Police are looking for the smash-and-grab criminals who hit a far East Dallas jewelry store on Sunday afternoon. Fox 4's Stephen Dial spoke to the man who is behind the counter and is live with more. Hi, Stephen.
His parents owned the jewelry store inside the grocery store, and he says that he froze and was in shock as 4 suspects got away with thousands of dollars in jewelry. Whoa! 4 suspects spent less than 30 seconds ransacking this jewelry store display located inside the El Rancho grocery store on Gus Thompson and Ferguson Roads Sunday afternoon. Their target, gold chains and other jewelry. 3 had masks on, 1 did not.
It all happened so quickly, within 30 seconds. I didn't have a chance to react how I wanted to.
Angel Cuenca is the man you see behind the counter. He says he froze when the thieves were smashing glass and running off with jewelry. He was working Sunday to give his mother a break. She opened the store back in 2010.
He went straight for the showcases that had all the heavy items. Like we had, a chain that was worth around $15,000.
Dallas police confirmed the incident happened around 4 p.m. Sunday. The suspects moved quick but were calm and didn't even look around or at the 2 people behind the counter. They grabbed trays of jewelry and ran away.
It's unfortunate, someone working 80 hours a week and just have their American dream snatched away from them. I mean, this is literally what put me through Texas Tech and SMU.
The store owners say that there is another video they did not release that shows a possible 5th suspect that was working as a lookout. Last month, a similar smash and grab happened at a jewelry store inside an El Rancho in Houston.
Definitely organized and premeditated. Luckily, everyone's okay, but it's just sickening the trauma that, my family had to endure yesterday.
A witness took a picture of the license plate from that getaway vehicle. The owner said that they gave that to DPD investigators. Now, I mentioned this incident to the Harris County Sheriff because of that similar incident that happened a month ago. He said they could possibly be connected.
All right, Stephen, thank you so much.
Newly obtained surveillance video shows the violent hit-and-run crash that killed a young father over the weekend.
Police say 3 men ran from the scene after the car T-boned the victim on Northwest Highway. This is near University Park Saturday night. Fox 4's David Santendry talked with the victim's family, and he has a message from them and also the latest on the investigation. David.
Yeah, witnesses saw 3 males running away from the crash scene, and apparently one of those males had a severe leg injury. They left the vehicle they were in at the scene, and they also left behind the victim, a young man who was a father to a 1-year-old girl.
He was very responsible. He wanted to provide, very hardworking.
Alfredo Quintero worked 2 jobs trying to provide for his 1-year-old daughter. But while working one of those jobs as a food delivery driver, late Saturday night, the 24-year-old was killed after his car was slammed into by another vehicle on Northwest Highway near Turtle Creek Boulevard. Quintero's daughter was not with him, but some of her belongings were scattered after the crash.
When the accident happened, there was diapers everywhere. So, from the car.
Surveillance video from a nearby business provided by Centriforce appears to show the suspect vehicle speeding as it T-bones Quintero's car. Witnesses described seeing 3 males running away from the crash scene, one with a severe leg injury, while leaving the gray Infiniti they were in behind.
I mean, how did they leave? How did they just leave him to die? They left. They didn't care. They just left him.
Shayla Gonzaga, Quintero's aunt, is left searching for answers.
Everything came into my mind, just like how, why. A lot of questions, no answers.
Dallas police have not said if the gray Infiniti the suspects were driving belonged to one of them or someone else. University Park police assisted on scene and say the Infiniti had a temporary tag.
They just left him. They didn't care. They were selfish. They only cared about themselves.
Emotions are obviously heavy for Quintero's family.
Anger. Not being able to do anything. It makes us so angry that they just left.
Quintero's aunt cannot help but think how difficult life will be for his daughter moving forward.
Thinking of his daughter not having him around longer, it's just tragic.
And if you have any information on those 3 males who fled the scene, of course, you can contact Dallas Police Department Steve, Heather, back to y'all.
All right, David, thank you.
Court documents describe disturbing details involving a woman charged with medical child abuse. It's the second case in Tarrant County in recent weeks.
Lisa Campbell Goins is in jail tonight on felony charges. Doctors say the granddaughter she was raising showed symptoms consistent with poisoning, and detectives say Goins even asked for donations to help with medical bills. Fox 4's Stephen Dial read the court documents and joins us now with more from our newsroom. Stephen.
Investigators say the child had an unnecessary feeding tube and other medical issues caused by Goins. They also say that she is responsible for $600,000 in Medicaid fraud. 56-year-old Lisa Campbell Goins is in the Tarrant County Jail, charged with child exploitation and injury to a child. The Tarrant County Sheriff's Office considers the case medical child abuse.
I've had these cases reported by a school nurse. I've had these cases reported by a concerned friend. We've even had a father report one of these cases. So they can really come from anywhere.
Michael Weber is the detective on the case. The allegations of abuse came from a physician at Cook Children's Medical Center in Fort Worth. Court documents say the 7-year-old victim was Goins' granddaughter. Investigators believe the child showed signs of being poisoned. They say Goins made regular social media posts updating people on the child's condition. She also allegedly set up a GoFundMe page to get donations.
It's for some type of intrinsic need in the suspect. A lot of times that is attention. And in our society today, what better way to get attention than social media? And so we often see them posting about child's health on social media.
According to court documents, she faced similar accusations with another child in 2000, but was not charged. In the current case, a relative told investigators about a time the child became unresponsive. The family member said Goins had a bottle of fingernail polish remover in her bedroom and in the victim's bedroom. The family member told detectives the bottle was almost empty. The suspect does not polish her nails and is concerned that the suspect poisoned the victim with the nail polish through the victim's gastric feeding tube. Court documents went on to say, when the suspect returned to the residence, the suspect removed the nail polish remover from the bedroom. A doctor later determined the child had symptoms consistent with being poisoned. The relative told detectives Goins said that she would get $80,000 in disability because of the child. Investigators and doctors later determined the feeding tube was not needed.
The victim was in a safe place. So if you have that ability to where the suspect has no access, speaking in general terms, if the suspect has no access to the victim, you can watch the victim make a full recovery, see that the victim doesn't need the things that the suspect was saying that the victim needed.
Investigators say there was at least $600,000 in Medicaid fraud for unneeded medical intervention.
If anyone has had contact with her or you're not sure whether your information is pertinent to this criminal case or not, please reach out to me and let us make that determination. Sometimes you may know something that you may not think is important, but is very important to a criminal investigation.
The child has since improved from being in Goins' custody. Detective Weber told me that there are other cases out there like this that need the public's help, so he's asking people to come forward if they see something suspicious.
All right, Stephen Dial in our newsroom. Thank you, Steve. A man is in jail tonight charged with murder after police say he caused a deadly wrong-way crash while fleeing from officers. That crash happened Saturday in Dallas at 35E and Inwood Road. Fox 4's Amelia Jones talked with two witnesses. Amelia live tonight at the Dallas County Jail where that suspect is in custody. Amelia.
Heather, one witness I spoke to said the crash could have been much worse. While that man was waiting at a red light, he saw the suspect miss 4 or 5 other cars before he collided head-on with a vehicle heading off the highway. Car parts litter the side of the Inwood Road exit off I-35 East in Dallas, remnants of a fatal crash on Saturday. On his drive home from work, Trent Wills was sitting at a red light at the intersection of Inwood Road and North Stemmons Freeway.
And the next thing I know, I just seen this black SUV just fly by, going actually the wrong way.
Wills says the SUV missed several other cars before it crashed head-on with a vehicle coming off I-35.
It was loud, but I just remember seeing debris flying and stuff like that. And his back of his vehicle just raising up and just swerving a little bit. That's all I remember.
When his light turned green, he saw the car that was hit.
I just said a quick little prayer because that vehicle was torn up.
Police say the driver of the Audi, 36-year-old Joel Yacino Bergoglio, died. The suspect tried to run away, but police quickly caught him. He was identified as 35-year-old Devontae Weber. According to an arrest warrant obtained by Fox 4, this all started in Fort Worth. Police tried to stop Weber since the SUV he was driving was reported stolen. Police say he was armed and committed a robbery at an Albertsons in Burleson on Christmas Eve. When Weber didn't pull over for Fort Worth police, a chase started from Chisholm Trail Parkway to Dallas. Police say at one point, Weber was driving 120 miles per hour.
There's so many people out there that needs to be careful and needs to watch how they drive, because right here in Dallas, you never know.
Rashid Cruz was filling up his car at the gas station and saw the aftermath of the crash. He took these pictures and videos.
It was pretty bad. It was pretty shocking.
The arrest warrant says Weber lives in Las Vegas, but he told officers that he was from Chicago and he has a Chicago tattoo on his arm. Police say the SUV he was driving was reported stolen in Chicago.
You know, that's wrong. You stole a vehicle, you know, but you took somebody else's life, and you also, you know, your life now.
Weber is currently being held here at the Dallas County Jail. He's facing multiple charges, including murder, evading arrest, causing death, unauthorized use of a vehicle, and unlawfully carrying a weapon. His bond is currently set at $310,000. Heather, back to you.
Amelia Jones, thank you. Family members say the man killed in a wrong-way crash over the weekend was a father and an Air Force veteran. Authorities say that man who caused the crash was fleeing law enforcement, driving the wrong way. Fox 4's Amelia Jones spoke with the victim's family and joins us now. Amelia.
Heather, family members told me he went by Joel Yacino. The family is devastated by his death, and they're still processing how exactly the crash happened.
36-year-old Joel Yacino is being remembered for his infectious smile and love for his family.
Joel was a beautiful person, inside and out.
Juan Rios is still coming to terms that his nephew is gone.
Every time we think about it, it's just so surreal, like we just can't believe.
Texas DPS says Yacino was hit by a wrong-way driver involved in a police chase while driving at Inwood Road off I-35E in Dallas. He was pronounced dead at the scene. Rios was in Cabo, Mexico on a family vacation when his niece broke the news.
And when she did, it's just in disbelief. We were just in disbelief.
The Illinois native moved to Texas when he joined the Air Force in 2012. He leaves behind a 4-year-old son.
He loved his son. He was so happy to be a dad.
And he was happy to be a part of the boxing community in North Texas, a passion Yacino shared with Rios.
My whole family, we all used to get together at my mom's place and watch fights.
The driver suspected of causing the crash, 35-year-old Devontae Weber, was arrested and faces multiple charges, including murder. Saturday's chase started in Fort Worth when police tried to stop Weber since the SUV he was driving was reported stolen in Chicago. Police say Weber was armed and involved in a robbery in Burleson on Christmas Eve.
When you look at how long and just the amount of people that they may have encountered, it could happen to anybody. Unfortunately, it happened to us.
Rios feels comfort knowing Yacino knew how much his family loved him. And he encourages everyone to tell your family you love them, because you never know when it could be the last time.
Don't wait, any differences, put them aside. It's not worth it, because tomorrow's not promised. Never in a million years did I think Joe would not be around, especially something like this.
The family is working to get Yacino's body back to Illinois to be buried. There's an online fundraiser that's raised more than $12,000 so far. Heather, back to you.